What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American Politics, here with some actual good news for once. I know, a little bit of a black-pilling week to pass, a couple of days. But I think it's finally time that we have some good news. The Republican Party, mostly Rick Scott, has released his own version of the contract with America for 2022. I have been waiting so long for the Republicans to actually release something. And Rick Scott realized, hey, the contract with America worked in 1994. Let's create our own version. And I barely read into it. I looked at some like the titles and stuff. It seems okay. So this is the first full-on reaction / review of the platform. Now, I may make some critiques of it because it may not be perfect. Again, all these things will have catches. So I think we just got to read these very carefully because there may be some parts that suck. But it is called the 11-point plan to rescue America. Imagine it as the contract with America, essentially what they did in 1994 to win back the House. Now, before we do a reaction / reading of this, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash that like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit the little bell, and yes. Alright, let's get through this. Americans deserve to know. Okay, Rick Scott quote. Nobody cares. Let's see here. Dear fellow Americans, you get to read all this crap. The House is the hours late for America. Yeah. So essentially, that's all the issues with America. This is actually a pretty good list of issues. I mean, not that bad. I mean, these are the issues they should be focusing on. Not really the debt so much, but, being afraid to actually speak their minds. Children being poisoned. Inflation is awful. This is great. This is good stuff, but then you get the debt stuff. Like, guys, the debt is an issue, but it's not the main issue. That stuff nobody gives a fuck about. I mean, but the rest of this looks like the actual issues to focus on. I like that. Alright, so we're going to skip this. We're not going to read the, I guess you could say, like, abbreviated, policies, because I think it's a little bit unfair. Education. Our kids will say the Pledge of Allegiance, salute the flag, learn that America is a great country, and choose a school that best fits them. So this is a platform Republicans have been running on that's actually a good platform for years. School choice. This is the one issue where I do agree we need to have school choice everywhere. We need to have private schools, charter schools, Catholic schools, everything. Because the current education system, let's face it, it purposely fails students. So, by reading this, it looks like it's actually good. Parents, not government, will choose the schools, school choice, focus on the Pledge of Allegiance, national anthem, bring back American pride, not this crap of, we're the worst country in the world, we're going to go on one knee and put our fist up because America's racist. None of this crap. So, this looks pretty good. Stop the FBI from what they're doing, teacher tenure must be eliminated. Yes! This is a huge issue. You get a lot of these teachers that they're purposely, like, halfway decent for, like, 10 years. Then you can't fire them. They can be, like, some of the worst people you ever meet. They cannot be fired because of the tenure crap. Get rid of social indoctrination. Yes, let kids be kids. This is something we need to do. I like this part. Teachers who refuse to comply will need to find new jobs. Yes, this is some good stuff. America's goal to be #1 in math and science. This is good stuff. Focus on, hey, stop the racism against white students in school and Asian students. Focus on patriotism, American pride. Stop this political crap. Just let kids be kids. I like this. This is not some cringy, neocon plan where the Republicans are like, you see, the government must be out of schools. Instead, it's like, hey, the government should make sure the kids are actually just being, treated like kids, not some woke, whatever. Colorblind equality. I can already see where this is going. Stop dividing people by race, skin, etc. We're a nation where people will be judged by the content of their character. Ban the box. This seems like good stuff. Again, I don't think this is a number 2 issue, really. But this looks like a solid issue. I mean, hey, stop what's happening in universities where, black students get in easier while Asian and whites, they get screwed over. I like this. Provide equal opportunity, but not guarantee equal outcomes. Again, this is stuff where I like. These are good talking points. Focus on, if people are working hard, yes, give them an equal chance, but it does not mean they're going to have equal outcomes. I mean, this is good stuff. And let's see here. Safety and crime. Okay, this is where we're going to get a bit iffy, because I swear to God, if Tim Scott shows up somewhere with this. We will fund the police, stop all efforts at defunding or reimagining policing. Yes, that's an obvious talking point. We will support mandatory strict minimum sentences for all assaults involving serious injury to law enforcement. I think you need to be a little bit stricter with that. I think you need to be way stricter on that. I mean, that's kind of just broad, like, okay, there's pretty much already laws for that, so... And I do know that a lot of these prosecutors are not prosecuting, but still, I think that's a serious thing. We'll eliminate no-knock warrants in any case. Yeah, I do agree. Some people are taking it a bit too far, but the stuff with the no-knock warrants, those have to stop. That has caused a lot of issues. I do agree firmly with that. So that is one part we could debate about, but I do think it's not the best solution to things. We'll make it a federal crime for any prosecutor. So actually going after prosecutors, that's actually big. The prosecutors right now are doing jack shit. We'll increase penalties for spousal abuse and failure to pay child support. Okay! This is what I like, especially the child support stuff. Look, I know the system's currently a scam, but if you have these deadbeat fathers that aren't paying jack shit to, their families, fuck you, you're getting thrown in jail. That I'm fine with, though I do think we definitely need reform, because the current system really screws over fathers. I mean, it's not good. Second Amendment, yeah, it's obvious. Immigration, oh boy. We will secure a border, finish building the wall, named after Donald Trump. I like that. Name it Trump's Wall. I like the name of that. Countries have borders. We will control ours and secure it. Okay, it's an obvious talking point. No one will enter without our permissions. Okay, that's obvious. Many potential immigrants love America. Those who don't won't be allowed to come here. This is our country, and no one has a right to come to America. I like this. Now, I'm not a fan of immigration, but the only immigrants that should come to America are ones that actually love the country. I do agree with that. If you actually want to have a better life, actually want to, become an American citizen in limited amounts, obviously, immigration moratorium, that's a must need. But if you want to come here, you have to love this country. You can't be like, I hate America and move here. That stuff needs to stop. Immigrants will not be eligible to collect unemployment benefits. In a nutshell, public charge rule this. Just make this a more strict public charge rule. We'll stop incentivizing people to come to America to receive government benefits. Again, public charge rule. Just increase that. That's how you solve a lot of immigration. That's how Trump was able to get around all of the immigration laws. Sure, on paper, we allowed 1 million people in. And how many stayed? That's all I will say. I mean, the immigration numbers, really look at it, it was the lowest in decades. So, that's how you deal with a lot of these immigrants. Just say, hey, you can't collect unemployment. Screw you. Let's see. We'll oppose all comprehensive immigration reform measures until we stop the lawlessness at our border. Don't support anything. Just say, no, we're having no immigration. Well, no net immigration. We oppose cultural segregation. We believe in the Okay, we're just going to skip that. Really? This is cringe. The melting pot theory is garbage. God damn it. We have more of this stuff. Again, the melting pot theory is being pushed by these garbage corporations that don't have any lives. That's stupid. That is the first, real negative of this frickin' entire platform. That pisses me off. I mean, this was one of the best Republican platforms on immigration in decades. And it got fucked by this part. God damn it. Economic growth. Oh, God. We'll grow America's economy, starve Washington's economy, stops, This stuff's good. Don't mention socialism. It never works. Stop it. Just don't mention it. I don't understand why they love mentioning socialism. Yeah, it's probably culture. It's, corporate socialism, corporate welfare. But just don't say that. Just say corporate socialism. Not just socialism. Alright, socialism be treated as a foreign combatant which aims to destroy our... God damn it. This is yeah, socialism sucks, but... No. That just get us involved in more shit overseas. No. Do it better test. American businesses can serve the American people better and cheaper than government. The work goes to them. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming, jobs? I don't know. I don't know what that means. No government assistance unless you are disabled or aggressively seeking work. Yeah, welfare. That's just a basic thing. Welfare in America is a scam. I mean, if you're not, completely, like, you missing one of your legs, you should not be in welfare. That's my opinion. If you're not a family, or you just are missing a limb, those are only people that should be getting welfare, or, people actually trying to find work and just, crappy economy. Sure. Just have limited amounts. Not this crap where we keep poor people poor. And that's a fact. Why do you think LBJ wanted it? He wanted to keep a certain group poor and keep them voting Democrat. May sound racist, but that's just a fact. That's why welfare currently is. It keeps people reliant on the government. We'll balance the federal budget. Yeah, nobody cares. Like, yeah, I would like that, but that should not be your main issue. Now, I'll give them credit that they're not making this a main pillar, but still, like, if Congress does not pass the budget, the members of Congress got paid. I like that. These Congress people, I get sick of them, like, toting around saying, we must pass the federal budget. All these poor, government workers. Bullshit. Bullshit. You're still getting paid, but everybody else is getting screwed. Just stop it. Implement the line item veto. I like this. The line item veto is one of the best things ever. Wisconsin has I would say, the most strictest version where you can essentially change what the law means. I would like that. I do like this. The line item veto, I think, is a pretty good thing. It's the best thing. All Americans should pay income tax to have skin in the game, even if it's small amount currently. Oh, for fuck's sake. Like, they're not even talking about, like, rich people, like, voiding taxes. They're talking about, like, Billy down the street who makes, like, $30,000 a year. Fuck off. This is just shit. I mean, you crap on the Democrats' old days about, taxes, yet you put this crap out? Seriously, Trump's tax platform purposely made it where a lot of people didn't pay taxes, and it worked. This is just garbage. Ignore this, folks. I'm very sorry. Just stupid. Prohibit debt ceiling increases, yeah. Well, I would say a national emergency, like an actual, the economy just implodes. You eliminate all federal programs that we've done. Oh, god damn it. They made it about debt. Ugh. Enact term limits for Washington ruling class, 12-year term limits for Congress and government bureaucrats. I like that. Begin paying down the debt. God damn it. Stop talking about the debt. It's an issue, but it should not be your main platform. Like, seriously, why are we talking about this? Move most government agencies out of Washington in the real world. I support this. Before my Twitter account, got, like, shredded by, Twitter, I was saying, this is what we should do. We should put, like, Secretary of Energy, locate them in Texas or something like that. So they're actually in states with, like, the, closest, like, policies and stuff. Like, energy is Texas. That's what you think of Texas. The stuff like that. Excuse me, my throat is dying right now. But you get the point. Move most of these government agencies out of Washington. Yeah, I agree with that. Cut the IRS funding and workforce by 50%. That's based. That is based. You'll drastically simplify the tax code, eliminate the advantages of those who can afford tax lawyers and lobbyists. This is great! Then why do you have this shit up here where it's like, oh, we must make every American pay more taxes? Why? This is good. This crap. Are these two written platforms, like, completely different? Really? Just have this. This is good. Talk about that. I mean, that is good stuff, alright? Fair F-word free elections. Okay. This should be a doozy. Let's see. Voter ID, that's obvious. No more ballot harvesting. Ballots can be submitted by polling location by voter or post office. I like that. No more of this crap of, oh, James, not the good James, the bad James. Oh, I have 500 ballots I collected from this mysterious apartment complex. I'm just going to turn it in. That is obvious. That should not be, a thing. Democrats favor using tax money for to finance political campaigns. No serious person would favor this. Yeah, that's just a stupid thing. That's bullshit. They do that maybe in, like, Scandinavia and some stuff like that, but it's like, it's Scandinavia. They have some good stuff, but that's not one of them. County ballots must be done in full public view. Yeah, this is just, rest of this stuff is just, generic good stuff. It's not bad, it's just generic, very generic stuff that nothing really changes. It's really what people have been saying for about a year now. Okay, the family. They actually made this part of the platform? Oh, shit. Okay, I'm intrigued now. We'll protect, defend, and promote the American family at all costs. Okay. I am skeptical. I'm glad they made this a platform, but what does this mean? The nuclear family is crucial to civilization. Yes! Finally! Rick Scott, thank you for mentioning this. It is God's design for humanity. It must be protected and celebrated. Oh my god, it's as if I've been saying this, or anyone with a brain for the past 5 years has been saying, we need to bring back the nuclear family. Alleluia. Holy crap. I've been waiting so long for a major Republican to talk about the nuclear family. Thank you, Rick Scott. No federal program or tax laws will reward people for being unmarried or discriminating against marriage. Thank you! This is an issue with the current, tax code and stuff. Essentially, it's like, oh, these mothers, I can just, have 50 kids and, get a bunch of tax credits. I know that's a little bit exaggerating, but that's sadly what's happening. They don't give a fuck about the kids, they just care about the money. And while I do support the child tax credit, that needs reform. It's a bunch of horseshit what some of these people are doing. So yeah, even though many single moms heroically do the job of raising a family, children needs and deserve both parents. Yes! And the government should not be shy about saying so. Again, this is what people need. They need both parents. It's, I don't want to be that guy, but let's be real here. It's unnatural for a child to not have a father. I mean, you need a father in your life and a mother. You can't have just one. You need a father and a mother figure. Because you just need that balance in your life. I mean, it's just true. And I think this is something Republicans have to run on. There's a reason the left do not want to talk about this. They know that if they promote the nuclear family, they would get annihilated in elections like 20 years from now. So that's why they don't want to do it. Families are crucial to raising young men and women of character, responsible members of society. The best form of governing our society is not government, it is family. I like this. Talk about rebuilding the family. This is good stuff. Abortion strategy, we must make adoption accessible and affordable. Yes. Look, adoption is not the perfect scenario, alright? It sucks for the child. But would you rather have the child, potentially have a better life than he would have with the mother that wanted to possibly abort him, or with or have a chance of just dying? I would take my chances in that situation. Again, I don't like to be the guy, but it's just true. This is good stuff. We'll help low-income single women who are considering abortion choose life instead by paying no cost. Oh, shit! This is what Republicans need to do. For the first time, I think, ever, they finally grew a brain and realized, wait, instead of, spending hundreds of billions of dollars on some unnecessary war in, like, Iraq, what if we just, help pay for the child, right? And again, this is talking about just mostly adoption, but this is a great step forward. 10 years ago, the Republicans would have maybe said, this is too much government. This is a sign I like to see. We must defend the American family from social elements that wrote it. We must enforce existing federal obscenity laws. Based. We must protect our children from the explosion of pornography and cyber predators. Yes! I am liking this part. This is the strongest part of this entire platform. No more of this crap of just, oh, we're gonna just, we're gonna praise for the nuclear family, or just the family in general, but we're not gonna do anything about it. This is stuff the Republicans should be running on. It's not big government in the first place. I mean, is, bigger than they probably want it to be? Sure, I mean, their world, they want, like, no government to exist. But this is stuff they need to win now and win in the future. I mean, if you build a nuclear family, alright, a society centered around it, in 20 years, the Democrats would get wiped out in every election. So this is good stuff. This is point 8. So what's point 9? Gender, life, and science. Oh, boy. Yeah, just generic stuff about abortion kills humans. Yeah, that's just not really worth it. Yeah, it's good. It's good they're talking about it. But I'm sorry, but this is like a talking point that everybody already knows. Religious liberty / big tech. Why do they put these two in the same? So, let's see here. Yeah, just basic generic stuff for, fight against, religious discrimination, stuff like that. I think this is fine. This is just generic stuff. Again, if you want to read all of this, I'll link in the description down below, but, I mean, yeah, this obvious. This is just generic stuff that are good, it just, not really should be talked that much. Oh, wait. America for... Oh, shit. Is that the G word? I need my binoculars for that. I am pretty sure I just saw the G word. This may be the first time I have ever seen a Republican outside of the Orange Man use the G word. Globalist. Am I dreaming? Holy shit. This is epic. Now, I'm skeptical, though. What does it say? Alright. Lead the world by example. World without American leadership would be a... Yeah, I would prefer America, be leaders, but not involved in everything. Adhere to the New Monroe Doctrine. America would not allow any global enemies such as China, Russia, or radicals on the grow their presence in our hemisphere. Well, yeah. I mean, we should make sure, especially China. China should be the #1 threat. Not so much Russia. Islam, sure. No foreign aid based. Let's see here. We'll make our international allies pay their fair share. Trump did a lot of that. Nation building does not work. Finally, Republicans get their heads out of their ass about this. We'll always defend our allies, starting with... God damn it. Start with NATO. I don't like NATO, but they're closer allies than the certain country in question. We'll gradually end all imports from communist China until a new regime honors basic human rights and freedoms. I like that, but I think we should just, never deal with China again. I think that would be the best solution. We'll build supply chains that rely solely on American workers and allies. We will not be at the mercy of our enemies. I like that. Again, this is an issue we're seeing now. I mean, China basically owns us with the supply chain stuff. We'll terminate any trade deal that takes away American jobs. America will be energy independent, so other basic stuff. And this just, other stuff. Yay. So, overall, I think that was solid. I'm honestly shocked that this was a solid platform. This is, I won't say as strong as the contract with America was, but this is, relatively speaking, one of the best platforms I've seen a Republican, a major Republican push on in a long time. I mean, probably Trump 2016. This is very good. Now, there's definitely some weak points, especially when it comes to, oh, you see here, the part of the tax code that Trump did on purpose to make it where lower income people don't pay that much in taxes. We need you to pay a little bit more. That stuff's bullshit. That stuff should be taken out immediately. So, that is the only couple of issues, but overall, I think it's a solid platform. Now, some parts I would obviously revise, but I'm glad they're finally talking about globalism. They're finally talking about the nuclear family. They're talking about, finally dealing with China the proper way. This is good stuff. Now, again, it's not perfect. It's still got some work in progress, but this does show that Trump has caused something in the Republican Party to shift. 3 years ago, no, 2 years ago, no Republican would even say half this stuff, let alone an entire, 11-point plan about, stopping globalism, fighting, those garbage trade deals. This is some good stuff. Again, if you want to read it, it'll be in the description down below. It is a good read, and yeah. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.